Umpire says it was to the right and wide. Here comes the sideline ball from O'Dwyer. That's curling in. What a magnificent score by the wing forward, Odin O'Dwyer. And so 2 points now divide the teams. Kilmurray have the advantage. This is Tony Keevy now of Milltown putting his team into attack, fetched by the full forward Conor Malone ahead of the cornerback Declan Collins. It goes inside, anybody's ball at this particular moment, although now it's picked up by the corner, and that's David Maloney. Maloney trying to round his opponent, and he wins the free yet again. So the Kilmurray defence have a tendency to give away frees at crucial stages in the game. Martin Flynn, we've seen this angle before, we've seen him score before, and yet again he finds the range. So Martin Flynn very much to the fore for Milltown, just one between them at the moment, 3 points to 2, a low scoring game in a very windy setting. Once again, is Milltown moving into attack, played in here, here's a good chance, and that's a goal! Well, the goalkeeper came out to greet it, and he was Gerard Talty, but they're ahead of him to put Milltown ahead, now by 2 points, was this very influential player. Here we see it again, Flynn going towards the goal, just gets his left boot to it, and he crashes the net, despite the best efforts of Dermot Coughlin. Now it's John O'Connor, as Kilmurray race upfield, played in there towards Johnny Daly, cut away from him. It's still alive now for O'Dwyer and Kilmurray. His left-footed kick goes very much off target, but once more the whistle-happy referee has his whistle sounded. Advice from the sideline there from Martin Keevy. As Milltown move into attack, this delivered down towards Conor Malone, who brings Vincent Talty with him, the full-back. Malone's delivery straight across the goal, and that's Maloney, and it's a goal as well. The corner forward, how nippy. Here we watch the effort again from Conor Malone, straight across the goal. David Maloney rose high against Michael Rohan, and it's in the back of the net, so they celebrate. Why not? It's a real important score for Milltown, who had been out of the game for so long, but that really brings them back into it. The throw-in very close to the opposite sideline. Over there as well is Michael Murphy, and that's Murphy very close to the action. And some type of an altercation over the far sideline. One of those involved is Michael Murphy. We see mentors getting involved as well. Also there is Paul Hickey. This is an unsightly incident in this Clare Senior Football Championship game, and the referee trying to restore order. I wonder what the supporters think of this. Up with play now. Michael Murphy anxious to take the free quickly, and it's sent in towards the full forward line, gathered by Kilmurray as well. This is Aidan Maloney. And so Aidan Maloney has it, and also Kilmurray have been awarded a free. In the closing stages of the opening half, Aidan Maloney going back to occupy the corner forward position. Here comes the right-footed kick and sent straight between those uprights as well. An important score at half-time, which has still Milltown ahead, 2 goals and 2 points to 5 points. Every vantage point is taken in the stand. If you can't see it from the naked eye, well, you can always have binoculars. Well, first into attack in the second half, it's Milltown up towards their full forward, who's Conor Malone, shrugs off the challenge and cleanly slots it over the crossbar as well. Conor Malone, the full forward, a dominant player throughout the championship, and Vincent Talty certainly has his hands full. The goal kick out is taken and advanced towards the near sideline, broken down there on that occasion by Charles O'Loughlin. This is Martin Cahill for Kilmurray, thumped up the field on this particular occasion. Inside the defensive 65, spot of bother there for Peter Hennessy. It's over towards the far sideline now. Niall Deland, his effort has been intercepted, and it's Kilmurray that move into an attacking position now, just 30 metres out from the goal of Carl Walsh. This is the full forward, who is Conor Malone. His shot has been grounded, and luckily for Milltown, John O'Sullivan is one of the players back helping out. Meanwhile, the referee going in to consult with his umpire. This is a nasty incident in this Senior Football Championship. Here we see it again. 2 players are involved in an off-the-ball incident as play developed and came towards the near sideline. A number of players were challenging, but we see that a Kilmurray player was definitely grounded by a Milltown player. And sensation, he's been ordered off, has Martin Flynn, top scorer in the first half with 1 goal and 2 points. He has been dismissed by the match referee. So it's now 14-man Milltown against 15-man Kilmurray. And it's Kilmurray with the better play now, and Johnny Daly. Outside is the full back, and that's Vincent Talty. Drops it in towards the goal, and with the help of the upright, it's over the crossbar as well. The full back now playing as the extra man for Kilmurray, who are gradually clawing their way back in the second half in this competitive game. It's the full forward, Conor Malone. In the spot of bother, Michael Murphy was around him. It may come towards John O'Sullivan. Now it's broken outside instead towards the substitute Desmond Molohan. Well, his kick is very wayward over in towards the corner. The full forward Tony Keevy now playing in a full forward position. Little doubt about it. In fact, it's a penalty. A penalty for Milltown. It was very close to the large parallelogram, but the referee decides as John O'Keefe watches, and it's a good goal. A great goal from Milltown, their third of the match. So Milltown take a commanding grasp on proceedings in this senior football championship encounter in Clare. Down the field, Kilmurray now in search of scores. They badly need them, I can tell you. Up-ended at the opposite end, and it's a penalty at the other end. What bizarre happenings we're having in this senior football championship game. And so a number of players being spoken to as well as we watch the Kilmurray attacker go in, certainly brought out of the game just inside. Here comes the penalty. It's Paul Hickey against the goalkeeper, and it's tucked inside Carl Walsh's diving body, and it's a goal to bring Kilmurray back into the match. The corner forward, a very strong player, Paul Hickey, now playing on the attacking 45. Inside once more towards Paul Hickey. This is Charles O'Loughlin for Milltown, soling up from the far sideline, trying to set up an attacking move. Instead it finds an opposite number. That's John O'Connor for Kilmurray. Inside, Vincent Talty was there. This is Talty. He's in a scoring position at the moment. Offloads it inside towards Aidan Maloney's low shot, and that's a brilliant goal. What a great strike. 2 goals inside a matter of maybe 2 minutes, and Kilmurray are back within just 1 solitary point. Here we watch the build-up to the goal again. Charles O'Loughlin is the defender. We see Paul Hickey, the Kilmurray attacker, rubbing off a player. I think it was a little bit more than a shoulder to shoulder. The referee is taking action. Paul Hickey is the culprit, and he has become the second player to be sent off in the match. So both teams down to 14 players, and with that we have the full-time whistle as Kilmurray, Abricken and Milltown have finished, with Milltown advancing.
And next now to County Tipperary. Football was the principal action over the weekend, with a double header in Golden. Our feature match was the semi-final pairing of Aherlow and Lochmore Castleiney.
Lochmore, the experienced side this afternoon, with hurler footballer Pat McGrath at heart of the defence. Likewise, Seamus Bohan, who has worn the county colours, is an excellent footballer. And with captain Michael Ormond and free taker Declan Laffin in attack, the mid-side are quietly confident of victory. Aherlow, the surprise pack in this semi-final. Mark Leonard and Mark O'Brien gel together a very tight marking defence. The experience of Derry Peters at midfield and Candy O'Shea's provide the launching pad for an Aherlow victory. Full forward, Mark captains the side and is their top scorer. Control there by Ned Ryan. Up towards the corner. Action forwards, backing for the Litz. One inside, and Lochmore have still possession. Brian White staying very close to the action. Goes back to the centre there to Noel Kennedy. Tries the kick, and battling going on with the wing forward there is Seamus Bohan, and the ball deflected out at the expense of a 45. Mark Leonard sending it into the side, coming very close to the sideline, and still kept in play. Cleared out by the cornerback Noel Cahill. Comes off the boot of the Lochmore man, and it falls for Aherlow. Going back there to cover the centre half back Pat McGrath. And that kick has gone high, and it's gone over the bar by Tim Carew, opening the scoring for Aherlow.
Come on, Creek, in there more, come on!
In towards the corner, a little bit of holding there on the corner forward, Declan Laffin. Declan is held, and it's a free to Lochmore, quickly taken free across the centre it goes to Blondie. Blondie is Michael Ormond. Nice ball inside. Can Lochmore capitalise on it? Working it outside towards David Kennedy. Kennedy with a high kick, and this one is successful. David Kennedy, the scorer. The number 9 took the pass and sent it between the posts. A probing ball inside towards the corner. Well held by the corner forward Conor O'Shea. Still Conor O'Shea has a nice man inside. The goalkeeper advances as Brennan. The ball is won inside by the corner forward, and it's sent over the bar. A hefty challenge going in there, but the referee leaving play go on. And that's the 3rd point for Aherlow to Dennis O'Shea. O'Shea up towards the corner forward is Cathal O'Shea, turning the ball inside nicely towards the full forward. And with possession there is Conor O'Shea, tries to work to a loose man. There's a score on here for the midfielder. Derry Peters has the shot and it's gone over the end line and wide. And the referee will have to take some action as a few players are getting to know one another in there. Derry Peters had the opportunity, but he kicked the ball to the left and wide, and the referee is going to speak with the Aherlow man. Kick out of the shortish one, won by Noel Cahill. Challenges going in, tries to get rid of the ball, gets it back to Pat McGrath, walks into a sandwich, delivers the ball, is challenged as he kicks it. Breaking ball for the number 14, Michael Ormond. Ormond, two, he's at the half forward, Noel Kennedy, racing away with the ball is Noel. Aherlow players going back, Kennedy with a kick, and that's a good score. Noel Kennedy has tied up the sides here in Golden. Aherlow have it again to their midfielder, Derek Reardon. In towards O'Shea, O'Shea in the corner, now nice ball there for Dennis O'Shea. Passing it outside towards Conor O'Shea. He's pushed off the ball somehow, the referee is very close to the action, and the Lockmore win it through Paul Ormond, the fullback. Ormond boots it first time in towards the centre of the field. Good control by the cornerback Fergal Clifford. He loses out and is picked up by the sub Noel Morris for Lockmore, and Noel with the right foot kick. It's high and that's a 2-point lead for Lockmore. A good passage of play resulting in the number 18, Noel Morris, sending it between the posts. Scrappy at the moment. Prepared to challenge, and eventually the free for the foul on Noel Morris. Going to tap this one over. He has scored 2 points already. The short run up by Declan. A kick, gone over the bar, it comes off the post, and it's the 3rd point for Declan Laffin. Point number 6 for Lockmore. There's 3 points between the teams. Aherlow making the brighter opening to the second half. And that ball there is Dennis O'Shea's kick. It's gone in, into the hands of the goalkeeper, Damien Brennan, and he gets it out towards the centre. One there, a bit of a feed by David Kennedy. Dahi O'Kineda, touch to the park. Over across it goes towards Declan Laffin. Declan Laffin to his midfield partner, Noel Kennedy. Across the centre it goes, up towards the corner. Out coming to get it there is the corner forward, Michael McGrath, or Mick McGrath. Transfers it there across to Declan Laffin. Back to the number 18, Noel Morris. Michael Ormond. The ball is sent in by Noel Kennedy. In towards the goals, Timmy Cullen there gets it back to his corner forward, Mike McGrath. Mick has sent it over the bar. The 7th point for Lockmore has come from the right corner forward, Michael McGrath. Ball to Conor O'Shea. The O'Shea combination, and that's a good score, Conor O'Shea. Dennis O'Shea found the man at top of the right, and he sent it between the posts. He's now operating in a full forward position, Conor O'Shea. Tim Carew gets the ball back and eventually sends it up towards the corner. Nice ball for Conor O'Shea. Conor O'Shea racing into possession, looked to be held, but the referee leaves play go on as Conor O'Shea tries it with a left kick, and it's gone over the bar. Conor O'Shea the scorer. The 2nd point for Conor O'Shea. And now there's just 1 point between the teams. Aherlow captain Mark O'Shea, he has scored a point already. Can he tie up the sides? It's high, it's straight, and it's true. And the sides are level here in Golden. It's Aherlow 7 points, Lockmore 7 points. David Kennedy, and a high challenge on David Kennedy. Brian White going in to speak with one of the Aherlow players. Declan Laffin, scorer of 3 points with 16 minutes gone in the second half. This kick is high and it's gone over the bar. Declan Laffin has scored his 4th point. It's Lockmore's 8th, and there's just 1 point between them. Driven in towards the centre, they go up for it. Aherlow come away with it. Show Dennis O'Shea. Dennis O'Shea outside to a loose man, Lionel Leonard. Leonard inside, a loose player again. That's the corner forward, Conor O'Shea is held inside, and the referee has awarded the free to Aherlow. Can this be the equaliser one more time? It is for Mark O'Shea. Mark has scored 3 points of his side's total of 8, and Lockmore's total is 8. The field high in the middle of the field. Pat McGrath comes away with the ball from David Kennedy. Still Pat McGrath. He has played full forward. He has played centre half back. Gets the ball outside. Released it out to his brother. The kick has gone in and it's gone over the bar. A good score by another of the McGraths and Tom McGrath. Mark O'Shea for Aherlow coming bearing down on goals and kicks it high and it's gone over the bar. The lead again for Aherlow. And certainly it's end-to-end football. And flights it first time, won on this side of the field by Timmy Leonard, and the referee has called for the ball. It's all over, and Aherlow have defeated Loughmore on a scoreline of Aherlow 10 points, Loughmore 9 points, and so Aherlow appear in their first ever county final, defeating Loughmore Castellini from Golden here on the final scoreline of Aherlow 10 points, Loughmore 9 points.
I'm very proud today. This is nearly one of the best days for Aherlow, I'd say, in the history of the club, which is there since the late 80s, 1894, as far as I can remember. That's when it was formed. And this is the first time ever Aherlow, in the history of their club, has ever got to a county in a football final. And it is just a brilliant occasion. And as you say on the North Margin, you'd want a fair old ticker there to keep yourself alive.
We'll be carrying the semi-final meeting of Gurtnahoe and Feathered in next week's programme. But now for the moment, next to Limerick for the senior hurling semi-finals, which were both played in Bruff at the weekend. Into action were neighbours Gary Spillane and Kilmallock, two teams who'd never previously met in the County Senior Championship. Kilmallock entered as Warham favourites, but was an upset on the cards. Watching the match for the Munster game was Mal Keaveney.
All-star recipient Mike Coolan, although listed at left corner forward, will line out with Kilmallock at midfield this evening, where he'll be partnered by James Connery. There's one absentee in defence for Kilmallock. Anthony O'Dwyer is on holidays in France, and his place is taken by Mark Lyons, who will partner Dave Clark, the team captain, and John Fitzgerald. In a much reshuffled attack, Shane O'Grady is drafted in from the reserves to play at full forward, and he'll be flanked by Liam Neenan to his right, and on the left we have Paul Downing. Gary Spillane are making an appearance in the semi-final of the Limerick Senior Hurling Championship for the first time in 26 years. However, they are without one of their more seasoned campaigners in their full forward. Ray Sampson, his place is taken by Pat Tobin at full forward. Donny Ryan, a sharp-shooting player, is named at top of the right, with James O'Keefe listed in the number 15 position. Micheál O'Brien partners John Murnan at midfield. TJ Ryan captains the team at centre half-back, a much more noted attacker on county basis. Chris O'Connor is the goalkeeper of the Gary Spillane team this evening. Now towards midfield, and Mike Coolan, long range effort from him inside the opening 30 seconds. It's close and it's over inside the opening 30 seconds. An inspiring score by the Kilmallock midfielder Mike Coolan. Doesn't connect all that well. It's a worker though, played inside towards Mark Cronin, who adds to it, but this is TJ Ryan of Gary Spillane. He clears his lines well towards the full forward line. Rising high is Pat Tobin. This is Donny Ryan. Donny Ryan for Gary Spillane. Staying with him is Donald Barry of Kilmallock. The angle is tied. Ryan's shot is accurate, and it's over the crossbar as well. Donny Ryan responds in fine style for Gary Spillane, and the teams are level inside the first 3 minutes. Dave Clark, who captains the Kilmallock team this evening, he's free, is sent downfield. Drops short of its intended target, but superbly brought down by Maurice Nelligan. Has support outside. Here comes the shot, and it's over as well from Mark Cronin. They're level again, the second time in the match. This is Pat Tobin. Now it's Donny Ryan. It's broken away from him, and Kilmallock are under pressure back at their full back line, and this is Dave Clark. He relieves the danger for Kilmallock. Inside it goes to Shane O'Grady. Late replacement on the Kilmallock team. Now it's with Maurice Nelligan. Tidily and cleverly to Mike Coolan, who strikes it from a long distance out and puts it over the crossbar as well. They're level once more. The freeze for Gary Spillane, and TJ Ryan will take it. This is a long effort. It's drifting towards the goal, and it's all the way over the bar. Wonderful strike from well inside his own half of the field, almost in fact to his defensive 45. Inside it goes to defence. Donald Barry is there. Now it's Tobin the full forward. His low shot half blocked down. Dave Clark goes down. This is Donny Ryan. Whistle is sounded. A penalty for Gary Spillane. Donald Ryan has won the penalty. Pat Tobin was the player initially involved, but his shot was smothered somehow by the body of Dave Clark. Donald Ryan went in to lend assistance, and then the referee O'Sullivan of St. Kieran's awarded a penalty, which Frankie Carroll will take. What a goal would do to ignite a real challenge for Gary Spillane. Here is the effort by Carroll, and that's a magnificent goal. What a fantastic strike by the centre forward. Wonderfully placed above the bodies of the three players into the roof of the net. It was a real bullet of a shot. Up against Donny Ryan, a speed merchant when it comes to hurling. It's Gary Spillane on the opposite side with Garrett McGrath. Swings it in towards the centre. Rising high is Dave Clark to win it. Challenge comes in from Frankie Carroll, and Gary Spillane have it on the attacking 65. Hoolan bundles his opponent off the ball. That was Michael O'Dea. Now it's Donny Ryan, and he lobs it over the bar for Gary Spillane to move 4 points clear of their opponents. David Ryan from the near sideline. The best sideline cut we've seen in the match. Frankie Carroll rises high and also brings it down. He strikes it in and makes up for the area disappointments for the Frees to score his 4th point. And it comes in the very final minute of the opening half. Dave Clark will take that effort, sends it in towards the goal. It's dropping in towards the goal as well, batted out, and like what happened in the opening half, it's out for a 65 from Chris O'Connor. He drives it low and high and over the bar as well. That cancels out the earlier effort on the opposite side of the field for Michael O'Dea. Substitution on the Kilmallock team. Kieran O'Dwyer and Podge Tobin have been introduced. Here comes the chance, and it's a goal! Podge Tobin has struck a wonderful goal. It comes in the 7th minute of the second half. His first touch of the ball, and Podge Tobin puts it past Chris O'Connor, and now there's suddenly only 2 points between the teams. Frankie Carroll sent in to put Gary Spillane into an attacking role. It's broken outside. Mike Hoolan is there for Kilmallock. Now their tails are high. Sent down the field rapidly and with purpose. Kieran O'Dwyer was putting in the challenge. It's outside for Gary Spillane. Shortened strike upfield. May go towards Pat Tobin. This is Donny Ryan. In towards the goal. An important point for Gary Spillane. A difficult angle, but he matched the challenge ahead of him. Did Donny Ryan. His first point of the second half. He's now scored 3. Donny Ryan now at full forward, looking for another point, which he gets as well. Donny Ryan has scored 2 points in about 3 minutes of play. It's upfield, and Padraig Tobin with Owen Stapleton. This is Tobin, unable to start due to an injury, but making an immediate impact. Neenan from the near sideline, searching out his 4th point of the evening. He delivers it in, and he also finds his 4th point as well. And once more, 2 points divide the teams. Again, Donald Barry very prominent for Kilmallock back in the corner. Pat Tobin inside, but this is Dave Clark. He lends support, and it's played down towards Padraig Tobin. Broken away from him towards Maurice Nelligan. This is Kieran O'Dwyer. He's dropping it very short. A dangerous one for Chris O'Connor, and the defender cut across him. It's alive for Kilmallock. Very much the strike by Neenan. It's wide. It's amazingly wide. There was even an opportunity that a goal could be scored by Kilmallock. Frankie Carroll doesn't win it. Paul Dowling was the player involved in the action. This is Donny Ryan, now cleverly moved out and implied as a half forward is Dave Clark and Kilmallock, motoring to attack. TJ Ryan reads it well, but drops it, but wins it back at the second attempt. This is towards Pat Tobin, who rises high, but Kilmallock regroup well. John Fitzgerald was the player to give it up the near wing, and Kieran O'Dwyer inside. Van Mansell, Gary Spillane. The bouncers move forward. They have a chance. They take it as well. The wing forward, Roger English, his first point, but a valuable score for the wing forward. 3 points between them now.
Tobin, go back.
Sideline cut is taken. TJ Ryan rises high. Nothing is passing in tonight. Again, same place. It's touch and possession for Kilmallock. Beaten to it. Outside, Roger English is waiting. Ger Hoolan has now even moved into an attacking position. Brother of midfielder Mike. Frankie Carroll can manage to scoop it up, or can he? Kilmallock are there in numbers, and they're in possession. John Fitzgerald feeds it forward. Mark Cronin from a long way out in the wing, in towards the goal. Superb score. What a mighty delivery from Mark Cronin. It may work out well for Michael O'Dea and Gary Spillane, which it does near the sideline. Now down the corner, Donny Ryan runs into a spot of bother. Inside, goes past one Gary Spillane attacker, but finds another, and English finds the target. He may have been quiet in the opening half, but he's finding the target in the second half. His second point. Kicked forward by Houlihan, booted to his full forward line, Leon Neenan. Now Mark Cronin. Goes round Willie Burke and TJ Wright. This is Cronin, strikes it and finds the range. One score, 2 points, at least 6 times in the second half. But this is Gary Spillane and Frankie Carroll. Up at the opposite side of the field, in it goes, and it's over as well. What a score! Every time that Kilmallock managed to point, Gary Spillane come back. It's a big gamble now for Kilmallock, with Houlihan at centre forward. This is Houlihan. He plays it inside also. Brought down by the big full forward. Cut away, inside it goes. Here's the chance. Great save by Chris O'Connor. It's out as well, and it's with Holly O'Brien. Oh, what a magnificent save. This is a marvellous match. Shane O'Grady there with him as well, on Gary Spillane, pressing hard. It was a glorious opportunity to rescue a draw for Kilmallock, but O'Connor went down well to stop the shot in the final minute. Hawley O'Brien, Gary Spillane. Up to the corner, and James O'Keefe is there, and it's a line ball for Gary Spillane. In it goes towards Pat Tobin. Shane O'Grady leaves it to Donald Barry to pick up the pieces. Outside is a free man. That's Ger Houlihan. What a block down. Roger English in towards the goal, and that is that. Gary Spillane are about to appear in their first ever Limerick Senior Hurling Championship final. Dave Clark has wisely sent it short. It's in, it's close to the end line. It's a 65, no, it's wide. It's all over, and Gary Spillane have made a historic breakthrough. Outsiders at the start of the championship, they have won by 4 points to qualify in the Limerick Senior Hurling Championship final. It's Gary Spillane, 114, Kilmallock, 1 goal and 10.
County champions Patrickswell were opposed by Adair in their semi-final. This was a repeat of last year's final, which was won following a replay by the Well. Mal Keaveney was on hand to bring commentary on this game.
It's a Patrickswell team that features 5 members of the Carey family. The most notable of those, Pa at full-back, who's the team captain, and Kieran, who anchors the defence. At midfield, there is a very solid partnership involving Anthony Carmody and Alan Purcell. Gary Kirby has been scorer-in-chief throughout the campaign for the Well. Brian Costello at full-back and Portic Carney on the defensive 40 are 2 additions to the Adair team that played against Patrickswell in last year's county final. Mike Alfred now moves to midfield alongside Con Murphy. In attack, Tom Healy is named at centre-half forward, where he'll run up against Kieran Carey, and the former All-Star replacement, Shane Fitzgibbon, is at the edge of the square. John Barrett, who has a few yards on his opponent, turns and strikes it, and that's a good point. And it comes inside the opening 90 seconds. Inside it goes all the way into the corner. Now Brian Foley is away. He's John Barrett inside. He strikes it in. And a second point. And we're only playing under 2 minutes. A good start for Adair. Many may recall that these were the teams that contested last year's final. And it's there for the centre half forward Tom Healy, now brought down by Shane Fitzgibbon, who doubles inside. Here's the chance, and that's a goal for Adair. Brian Foley has scored a magic goal in the 5th minute. He was always danger. Written all over his name, Brian Foley, why not? A brother of the 96 Young Hurler of the Year, Mark Foley. The ball delivered in, Shane Fitzgibbon cutely inside, and Brian Foley put it past Natal O'Grady to reduce the deficit to just 3 points.